Hi, my name is Emily and I'm a white cisgender female. I am heterosexual. I come from a middle-class family of 6 people. My pronouns are she and her. I'm currently a senior here at Bridgewater State University. I'm from Medford, Massachusetts. This summer, on June 10th, I actually turned 21 during the pandemic going on right now, so not the best time for that, but that's how old I am. I actually work in Medford as well, and I work at a pretty well-known restaurant called Pizzeria Regina. There's one in Medford, there's one in Boston, Saugus, it's kind of everywhere. I work 5 to 6 days a week there, and I also take 6 classes at school. So I don't really have so much free time, but when I do, I love to draw and paint, listen to music, spend time with my family and my friends. My major at school is psychology, and I've known that since freshman year I actually applied to school with it. I'm actually working on 2 minors as well, one in anthropology and another in women's and gender studies. I thought to do this because I actually started taking a couple of electives in both of those types of classes. Psychology was always my interest, but then I really actually liked the anthropology aspect and the women's and gender studies as well. There are 2 that I didn't actually imagine myself doing, but once I did it, I couldn't imagine not doing it, if that makes sense. And so within these studies, I actually noticed a lot of different connections. I've learned a lot about feminism and intersectionality. And I actually have a list here that I'm reading off of everything that I want to say during this. And so my first point that I want to make is feminism and intersectionality are extremely important to me because they're 2 things that play a key role in my life specifically. As a woman, I'm a feminist because I believe in equality of both the sexes. For those of you who may not know what intersectionality is, it is the social connections between race, class, and gender, and how these social connections make us unique with variations. Now, we see intersectionality in our daily lives much more than we may think. People who are more privileged than others are treated differently based on their race, class, and gender. It's something that you might not think about, but it's something that is extremely relevant to both you and I and everybody around us every day. It's a perfect example of it. When it comes to feminism, there are a few different categories. Liberal, cultural, radical, and women of color are all distinct types of feminism. Liberal feminism has to do with establishing and maintaining equality through thoughts, decision-making, and actions. Cultural feminism has to do with building a culture for women by redefining and revaluing female nature. Radical feminism focuses on women in power, where male supremacy is non-existent in social and economic contexts. There's no one better ruler than the other. Nobody is dictating anybody in a sense. And lastly, women of color feminism has to do with women of color, of course, and how their experiences need to raise more awareness, become more important to the public, and to be addressed properly rather than ignored. In the TED Talk, many important things can be taken away. A specific line has always resonated with me after seeing this talk multiple times. I've actually had to see it for a few of the actual classes that I've mentioned. Adichie, the woman who gives the TED Talk, discusses that as a woman, we're told to have ambition, but not too much, because it will hurt the image of a man or be threatening to him and his lack of power. And women are actually taught that masculinity is more powerful because the world is designed to be fit for a man. However, women are taking over the same task and improving and modifying the same things a man has done. In the Hijacking Feminism article, it discusses the social justice for women, liberal feminism, and how to reinvigorate feminism. The takeaway is that women in high power are focusing on effect, behavior modification, and well-roundedness, rather than social justice, equity, and women's emancipation. This is something that needs to consistently be fought for because feminism is a never-ending movement. Feminism is evolving continuously, and I'm very proud to be a part of it.